My name is Eduardo. I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I came to the US in 1964 with my older sister. My father had arrived first in 1962. Then he called my mom and my younger sister and brother, and then we were last to arrive in the US. We did not know a word of English. Matter of fact, my father had requested me and my sister to try to learn a little bit. So we decided to take an accelerated course in English. But unbeknownst to us, it was the British English. So words like water, pretty, beautiful were very much the way that we learned. Obviously, when we first came here, water became water. And it was a bit difficult at first, but when you persevere and you have a good attitude, anything goes. But we lived in Queens, New York. I went to high school, and because of my lack of English, I was put behind 2, 3 years. I sort of made it all up because I was given quite a few credits for courses that I had taken in Buenos Aires. And I wanted to continue my college education, so I decided to go to a community college. In those days, there was a draft in the US, and Vietnam was at its peak, and I received my draft notice to go into the army. Now, my English was atrocious, beyond atrocious. And I went to the different branches of the armed services to see which branch would give me the better opportunity for me to continue my college education, my studies. And out of all the branches, I decided, or I thought, that the US Air Force would be the best branch for me to continue my education. I joined the US Air Force in 1967. It was very difficult, very, very, very difficult for me. I got into a lot of trouble for not understanding, not knowing certain things. They were exercising, and they wanted us to do hip raisers. I didn't know what hips were. So, but again, you sort of tend to, I persevered, and I did very well. I attained the rank of staff sergeant. I was one of the youngest staff sergeants in the Air Force in less than 3 years. I got my 4th stripe. I attended a university in Tacoma, Washington. I was very fortunate to have been stationed in the state of Washington. And the University of Puget Sound allowed me the opportunity to challenge courses, which I did, to take correspondence courses, to take nighttime courses. And of course, I ended up going full time. My last 6 months in the Air Force, I was able to get a 6 months early out. I did not go to Vietnam because I had less than 12 months to go. But obviously, some of the challenges that we all have coming into a country is language. The culture was totally different as well. But again, what I did in my case, I became a member of there was an Argentinian club in Queens. Matter of fact, there were 2 Argentinian clubs in Queens, and my wife. That's where I met my wife almost 56 years ago. And my parents would go to the Argentinian club. They would play dominoes, cards, obviously to maintain their culture. And the kids would go there and dance and so forth once a week. But it was just a beautiful time in our lives. I'm thankful that I was able to meet my wife in those days, and we've been together ever since. We have two girls and three grandchildren, our grandkids. Their ages are 17, 18, and 21. The 18 and 21 are girls. They are both going to University of Florida, and the 17-year-old is he just started his last year of high school in the state of Florida as well. I'm not sure how immigrants are regarded in the U.S., but there is so much culture that they bring to us here. There is so much to be learned. I love to travel. Why? Because I love to learn about different cultures. And why do they do the things that they do? Why do they think the way that they think? I think it's fantastic. But this is one of the reasons why immigrants bring so much strength into this country, into any country in the world. My life in the U.S. has been fantastic, without exception. I owe everything to this country's opportunities. I am blessed beyond belief. I cannot thank enough the U.S. for everything that's done for me. Obviously, I worked very, very hard, but one of the things that I was thankful for is to have spent time in the U.S. Air Force. The GI Bill paid for both my bachelor's and my master's degree. I'm not sure if I would have been able to afford education in this country. In Argentina, it's all free, but here, it's very costly. I am now retired. I've been retired for 10 years. I spent the little money that I have and all of my time and efforts into volunteering. I volunteer because I am a veteran, but the veterans have a huge place in my heart. So I play bingo with our vets each and every month. It's the best 2 hours, 2.5 hours I could ever spend every month by just putting a smile on their face, playing bingo with them. And we bring little gifts and things like that, and everybody's a winner. But I volunteer through Junior Achievement. I am a mentor at a high school here in Pembroke Pines, Miramar, matter of fact. We were next door neighbors. But it's called Everglades High School, and there is an entrepreneurship class that I love to mentor there. So I've been volunteering with Junior Achievement, and I partake of a Kiwanis club. It's the Miramar Pembroke Pines Kiwanis, and basically it's an organization made up of volunteers. And we go to Feeding South Florida. We do a Christmas in July for our kids. We do adopt a turkey for Thanksgiving. Basically getting funds and buying food for the youngsters, the families that have absolutely nothing. And it makes me very, very proud.